All right, fellas. Next episode of Blank Propaganda Machine is ready to go.
Yes, sir.
All right, Jed, give us a little taste of what we got later on.
All right, guys. Well, on this week's Mass Debate, Kirk and Kraig attempt to unravel an argument of the ages. But first...
On Props to Blank, I have an adverse reaction to anti-vaxxers. I scream, you scream, Kirk screams for ice cream, and Jed discusses his philosophy. A bird to the face is worth more than two in the bush. I'm Kraig.
And I'm Jed.
And I'm Kirk. And now let's see what kind of bullshit we manufacture on this episode of the Blank Propaganda Machine. Alright, here we are once again with one of our favorite segments. This is Props to Blank. This is where we're going to bring you a little oddity, a little weird news segment out there in the zeitgeist. And we're going to discuss. And hopefully it'll be entertaining. It 98% of the time is.
98%.
So let's see. Let's see how we can do this. Does anybody, who's got one that they're like aching to get out? Somebody,
I'm ready.
This guy's ready to
This
run.
man right here is ready.
I'm ready. You see, I got my fucking notepad and shit. I got notes all over it.
He's
I'm getting
ready
written
to
on the
convince.
side. I'm fucking ready to do this guy. Okay.
All right.
Properly
Are you guys
prepared.
ready? Okay, this week, I would like to give props to Rick Wiles.
Ooh.
There
Rick
you go.
Wiles is a right-wing Christian talk show host and anti-vaxxer who has been hospitalized with COVID-19 after saying vaccines would wipe out, quote, stupid people.
Uh-oh.
This guy has this website called True News, which is, kind of crazy. Like, I mean, these are the, True News is kind of like they say shit like, oh, Obama is, a demon from hell who spiritually sodomized the nation. That's this kind of place. But Rick Wiles, God bless him. I feel bad for the guy being sick, but not when he's spewing stupid shit like, this is what he says, I'm not gonna be vaccinated. I'm gonna be one of the survivors. I'm gonna survive the genocide.
The genocide?
Yeah.
Oh, man, this
Right.
guy's, he's...
Like, what the hell does that even mean?
Right, what is that?
He's one of those true believers that thinks that the vaccine's just one of those things that's like they're trying to kill all the sheeple off.
Yeah, he's exactly one of those people. He's one of the mouthpieces for that, actually. And he got so sick that he ended up, in the hospital on oxygen, essentially. So, this guy says some really off-the-wall shit. This is to kind of elaborate on what he means about this genocide. This is what he says, the only good thing that will come out of this is a lot of stupid people will be killed off. If the vaccine wipes out a lot of stupid people, well, we'll have a better world. This guy's a real gem, real Christian.
Yeah. This guy's
Real
he's
love.
really looking out for the neighbor.
Yeah, he's real neighborly, right?
He's
real
brimming with that Christian generosity.
It sounds like he's going to have to
love.
eat some crow, that guy. Eat a little crow.
I think he did. He
Yeah.
ate a little COVID crow.
Right.
It sounds like.
And hopefully he makes a speedy recovery.
He ate some
Naturally,
crow,
but
Yeah, he's quite a gem, and since he's in the hospital, he's away from his beloved True News. So he had someone fill in named Lauren Witz, who is it might be Whites, I don't know, Witze, and she's a Republican Senate candidate in Delaware, and she loves to talk about QAnon, and she's pretty anti-Semitic, and she loves flat Earth, and has all the juicy conspiracy theories about all that, including 9/11. She's a real gem of a human being. She's filling in for this guy while he's sick. So, just to let you guys know, the True News is really not happy about people like us who ridicule fucking idiots. Let's put it blatantly. This guy's a fucking idiot. I mean, to say, it's one thing to be anti-vaxxer. I get it. I'm not talking about the people that are hesitant because they don't know it's new and they're I get that. I've felt that way to some degree. You know what I mean? I did. I did. But you got to look at the science, people. You got to look at the science, and they're not real happy with a lot of people making fun of them. And they're saying, and I quote, "Let them speak their foolish words, and let them mock. It will only serve to be used to fuel their flames of torment in hell unless they repent."
Damn.
That's some dark shit.
Yeah, he's got. I mean,
I
he's
think that
really.
was a tweet.
It's real fire and
That was a
brimstone
tweet.
stuff right there.
Yeah, he's not leaving anything on the table.
Yeah. That was his organization. That wasn't him. That was his organization getting pissed that people were mocking old Ken.
You gotta defend the brand, brother.
Or I'm sorry, not Ken, Rick.
Rick.
Rick Wiles.
He's wilding out.
Yeah, he sounds like a wily one, doesn't he?
He's a gem.
All right, well,
Well, damn, yeah, man. That one definitely. What can you say? I mean, nobody wishes anything bad on anybody, but Jesus, I mean, you gotta love the irony.
Yeah, you gotta love that. It's true, When life gives you lemons, right?
just gotta make the best. Hopefully, it's a learning experience. I don't think. Hopefully the guy that got 6 learned something out of all of this. I don't think anybody that's around him.
It doesn't sound like that from his post about people needing to repent or they're going to burn in hell or whatever.
Well, that's a...
He's just having
Yeah.
fun. He's just kidding. He's just joshing around.
He's just messing around.
Well, in that transition, what did you bring this week? I think I'll save myself for last.
Oh, he thinks he's got the juice.
You got it, huh?
He's going to save it for last.
Well, mine's gonna be a touch more, hopefully lighthearted. Nobody died.
That wasn't lighthearted enough for you.
It was full of dark irony. Hopefully we'll transition to something slightly more whimsical.
I found it comical.
Well,
It was absolutely comical.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I don't like cheering on people getting sick.
I don't like
but
that either.
It
but
happens.
I'm kind of a twisted fuck. Though.
Right, exactly. Speaking of twisted fuck, I'm going to read you a quote.
All right.
All right?
This is our setup. This is the
the
setup. Okay.
This is the setup for my props to blank story.
I don't know why I thought that setup was so funny, but it was. I'm really looking forward to this quote.
All right. So here we go. It's a little funky. It's a little salty. A little sweet. But altogether, I'd just say it just kind of comes together. It's very creamy and buttery. And it's a lot better than you think it's going to be.
All right, there you go. That's a good setup.
Oh.
Now, what does that conjure in your mind? Don't answer. It's rhetorical.
Conjures you trying to seduce Pam.
Right. It's some National Geographic shit. But in this case, what that was describing was the new mac and cheese flavored ice cream.
Oh.
Oh, really?
Damn.
Oh, damn.
Whoa, that took a wild twist, and I
Right.
knew it was going to take a wild twist, but shit. That
No.
like I was on a twist on top of a twist on top of a twist.
Right. And so, I mean, and this is made with real Kraft mac and cheese. Like, it's even the iconic yellow-orange color.
Oh, God.
So,
But
They
it's-
called it, they even say that, iconic yellow-orange color?
in the article they
that
do.
iconic Donald Trump skin
Yellow,
tone.
like that's appealing. The yellow-orange color.
Yeah.
That just sounds
Right.
so...
Like, it
Like
already
it's
is
been
an unnatural fucking
Yeah.
yellow.
Yeah.
It looks like chemical. It's like, have it in your
It's
ice
like
cream.
concrete. It's like a sidewalk that's been baking in the sun. Orangish yellow.
Yeah, it's the same color as like caution signs and shit.
There you go. Right.
That should be a warning to
warning.
humans. But no, we're gonna glorify that color.
It's American.
Yes.
America.
Now, this is made by a company called Van Leeuwen. I've never heard of them. They must make fancy ice creams. I guess you can rank this up there with fancy because it says one of their more widely known flavors is Earl Grey tea ice cream.
Now that might not be too bad.
Okay,
Yeah, that sounds good.
that doesn't sound too bad.
Right.
And I don't mind weird ice creams. Like
Well, I was gonna say because I know we've at least
We
had
went
some
to
weird
that,
ones
yeah.
together. What's the weirdest ice cream flavor you've ever had, Jed?
Ooh, that's a good question.
We'll come back to you. I know you've got an answer.
I don't remember all the ones. It was a black pepper. What the fuck was it?
black
pomegranate,
pepper, currant or something.
Yeah, it was something.
And then you remember you had the sweet summer corn.
Yes,
ice
okay.
cream.
I do remember the sweet.
Where
that
were
was
you guys
really
eating these
good.
things at?
Really good.
Place in Oregon called the Salt and Straw.
I'm
Yeah, see,
surprised
I've never
you
really
remember
gone
the
to any
name.
like boutique
That
type
was a
of
long
places
time
with
ago.
weird flavors like that. So it's like, I mean, everything I've ever had's been pretty much within the norm.
Right. Yeah, no, I mean, so I had, when we went to this place, I had one that was a habanero jam.
That actually
So it was-
sounds fucking good.
It was very good. But the best ice cream I've ever had is one that I had at this place, and it was the pear and blue cheese ice
Oh
cream.
shit!
Which sounded
that-
like it could go either way, really.
I did have some of that too.
Yeah.
Oh my god!
It's fucking incredible. I've never
It
had
was
an ice cream as good
amazing.
as that. Yeah.
I mean, cheese in an ice cream though is just
Right. I thought the same thing. I was like, I know this is a roll of the dice. So I don't know. They claim, here's the deal.
I'd try it.
This mac and cheese ice cream is sold out.
Yeah, I ripped the hell out of that shit, but I'd try it in a heartbeat.
And here's the real thing.
yeah.
Like
Because I mean, why not?
a pint of this, like, like a little pint that you'd normally maybe pay $3 to $5 in the store.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's $12 a fucking pint.
Good lord.
Right.
That's like a beer.
So it's not cheap.
That
And-
costs. That's as
Or
much
a
as that's
six-pack
like
of
a
cheap
beer
beer.
at a Reds game.
Yeah.
That's like a beer at a sporting event. That's like a 6-pack of beer. What in the Sam hell?
In
Well,
a
maybe
pint.
not good beer, but
For a pint of it, it's $13 basically.
Yeah, for $12, yeah.
that's ridiculous.
So
There's
I
no
mean,
alcohol in that shit.
No, it's mac and cheese.
It is
Oh, you're-
$13.
Yeah, you're pulling a fucking John Travolta
I am
from Pulp
pulling.
Fiction.
I am
Yeah.
pulling a Travolta. I'm a little homage to that
It's
guy.
just milk and ice cream.
Just milk and fucking ice cream.
He's like, that's damn good, but I don't know if it's worth $5.
Yeah, that was only $5. This is 12,
Right.
and it's not even a shake. It's just a pint of ice cream. Like there was no effort into like making it, fluffing it up, making it pretty for us.
What would
No
you,
whipped cream? No cherry shit.
What would you pair that with if you were going to do it as like a float?
Oh, Christ. Nothing good.
Nothing?
Wow.
Nothing you don't think?
No, you can find. Oh,
You don't think
that's
there's
a
nothing you
great
could find?
question. I love that fucking question. I would. You know what you do? You go into like a Wendy's or some shit where they got those like Coke machines with the 25 flavors, and you can
Just
add the
whip you up.
different elements. So you could do like a orange Coke or something and get that.
With a
You
big
know,
old scoop of
I don't know what goes
mac and
good
cheese, ice cream on top.
with. Well, you got to think it doesn't taste exactly like cheese. It's more like ice cream with a hint of like cheese flavor. That's how these usually things roll. So it tastes more like vanilla. That I'm guessing. I don't know.
With a
I've
bit of
never
cheese
tried
flavor.
it, but
But he's saying they're using actual mac and cheese shit in this stuff. So.
Well,
yeah.
I don't know about that. They're using the essence of it, whatever the
essence.
fuck it is. But what I can tell you here, let me bring this back up.
They're dumping like the powdered.
I doubt it's even that good. It's probably just like they take the droplets of the artificial flavoring and stick that shit in there.
Right. I mean, no, they had somebody kind of going off about
So I would say something like a berry drink. So like
a berry drink.
a pomegranate soda would go great
With a mac and cheese
with
ice
a
cream.
mac and cheese ice cream.
I was going to say something
Raspberry.
close to tomatoey.
Tomato, I could.
Like a V8.
Ooh, I
Yeah,
can't,
but you can't do that. I mean,
I
it's
don't
not
like
carbonated.
Yeah, V8s are gross. I have a thing for tomato.
I bet you
juice.
could find. I
can't-
bet you somewhere in the world there's
do it.
some company that makes a tomato flavored soda. It's got to exist.
And you think that would be good? With
A what
No,
flavor?
No
Bacon?
way.
Tomato flavored.
Oh, well, there's bacon
Now
soda.
bacon soda would be great. There you go.
There
Okay.
is
mac and cheese
bacon
and bacon.
flavored
Cheese,
soda
okay.
at Jungle Jim's.
I could do that. Maybe we need to try this. Maybe we need to try this and report back.
What we find.
What do you guys think?
Fuck, I mean, I guess if we can get a hold of some of this ice cream,
It's
it
gonna be
seems
hard,
expensive,
and it's
but
expensive.
I don't care
Shit.
about spending the money. If I can get it, awesome, and then we'll just have to go to Jungle Jim's and get some bacon soda.
Well, maybe we need to help or some help from our listeners. So, guys, we're poor as fucking shit, and this ice cream costs $12 a pint.
Right.
All right, I'm not splitting a pint with Kirk. If you look at him, if you ever saw him, you wouldn't split a pint with him
Right.
either.
I don't split.
Kirk
pints.
has a hard time splitting a pint with
Yeah.
himself.
And
Right.
if you smelled Jed, then you would know, don't go near this guy. So, like, we've had to develop this tolerance over time.
Some people consider it a pleasant musk.
Well, that's fucking Sasquatch.
Let's see. I want to see.
Okay. But
Go.
no, yeah, please, folks, help us out. We, your donations, we'll send you a BPM shirt or some shit. I swear.
It says you might be able to find it in some stores.
Oh, fuck.
I'm getting a locator going.
Oh, there you go.
Oh, man.
The hunt
Loki.
begins.
If I can get some of this shit.
We've got a mac and cheese ice cream locator, guys. Look out. Here she comes.
Walking down the street, getting the funniest looks from. Whoa, Whole Foods looks like the place to be.
Damn, son.
Oh, there you are. That explains the sticker price.
Damn,
True enough.
Skippy.
Well, yeah, okay. That sounds like that's worth
All
a
right.
trip up the street.
So
There
we
you
will
are.
do that. We'll report back to you all, and yeah, we'll let you know what we think about the
Float.
The float. We'll try different float flavors, maybe. All right. So, what do you got for your story? We're on to our last story.
That's true.
folks.
We're on. So I'm throwing out props to a particular seagull today. Now, let me set the scene for you real quick. Everybody's been to a theme park, I'm sure. You guys, Kings Island,
Love
whatever.
theme
All
parks.
right. So you know the ride where it's essentially like they just slingshot you up into the air. They
Oh,
put
yeah.
you like in the
Oh,
little
yeah.
like sphere, like little ride thing, and just fire. You go up, spin around, come back up.
Yeah,
and
you
down.
usually have to pay money for those, don't
Yes,
you?
yeah, it's not a
like
standard
usually-
included with the ticket. It's a
Y-
specialty thing.
Yeah. Gotcha.
So on one of these particular rides, this one was at a theme park in Pennsylvania, Maurice Piers. It's actually New Jersey. The girl is from Pennsylvania that's involved in this story.
Traveled for fuckery.
She did travel for this. Came a long way. All right, so this place is on the coast, right? So seagulls are around. And a young girl named Kylie Holman gets onto one of these things, all right? And just to give you some idea, when they fire you off these things, you're doing like 75 miles an hour plus, right? She's there, and it's her 14th birthday. So it's a big day for her. Pays extra. She gets on the slingshot ride. I hate that it's radio because there's video of this, but they fire this thing off, right? And then that's when our seagull comes into play. Because he's just up there chilling, hovering. And then all of a sudden she comes through and hits this dude at 75 miles an hour.
Oh.
Right in the face. It's just like the look of horror on this poor girl's face is awesome. We need to throw a still or something up because it's just beautiful. The good news is the seagull is not harmed. So
Nothing happened to the
no,
seagull?
nothing like
Didn't
no.
die?
He punched this girl like right square in the face with his whole body, and then you see him fly off a frame, just
Ain't no
just
thing,
flying
huh?
off like nothing happened.
That's wild.
My
Yeah.
favorite thing is that you framed it like from the side of the seagull. You're like, he's fine.
Oh no, she's
This
totally
this
fine.
bitch comes through at 75 miles an hour. Little Miss birthday party.
Yeah,
And fucking cracks in one, but he's good. He's good. The good
Yeah,
news
don't
is
worry about it.
she's blind in both eyes, but he's solid.
He's fine.
Yeah,
he's
he's
good.
fine.
Yeah.
I mean, he's just
This
there looking for a
fucking
meal.
asshole,
You know,
Enjoy
Turns
your fucking birthday,
14.
Kylie.
Yeah. Thinks she can slam her body up into some seagulls whenever she wants because she's 14.
hey
And
man,
from Pennsylvania.
Pennsylvania.
he did
Ooh.
he did his bit to fucking make her special day a special day, though, man. Prop to him.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
Yeah.
And she got
She's
her
never
10
gonna-
minutes of fame or
She's
whatever.
never gonna forget this birthday.
30
ever.
seconds of fame, wasn't it? Isn't it 30 seconds? She got her
Yeah,
thing.
yeah,
She'll
Well,
ever
it
be
used to
known
be
as that
15
girl.
minutes, but inflation really fucking
Yeah.
yeah. That's true.
30
Well, it's-
seconds. It's got to be a clip or a meme.
It's a
Yeah.
crazy world we're in today. So
It's
things
true.
like this, they fall
I
through the
mean-
cracks too easily. But
Nobody gets 15 minutes. Are you kidding? The
But where's-
president doesn't fucking get 15 minutes.
But I want to know what's going on with this seagull. What's he's got a show on the CW coming out, doesn't he?
hopefully, it's an interesting man. Interestingly enough, his cousin was the seagull that hit what's his name? The
Yeah, they
Can't Believe It's Not
rebooted
Butter guy.
Perfect
Fabio.
Strangers?
Fabio,
Are
yeah.
they reboot Perfect Strangers? It's
Yeah.
going to be her and the fucking...
Cousin Larry Appleton and a fucking pigeon.
That's right. That's what I hear.
He's like, now Balky, and it's like, burr, 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 burr. Or however pigeons sound.
I'm
This one sounds like that.
picturing that little dance that they do, like where they like jump into their arms.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
Hey.
Now
Like
I'm
that.
so happy to do the dance of joy.
Yeah, I don't think this pigeon's gonna be rocking the dance of joy or seagull. Is it seagull?
It's
I don't
a
think
seagull,
the
yeah.
seagull's gonna be rocking the dance of joy too well.
Right on. We could probably wrap up props to blank with that, couldn't we?
And that was props to Blank.
Ah.
All right. Well, we'll be back shortly. All right, guys. So once again, it's time to welcome you to Mass Debater.
Woo!
All right.
And in this game, our mass debaters will be given a topic unknown to them only moments before mass debating.
That's right, sir.
So neither mass debater knows anything about the topic, and we will have 3 rounds and opening questions where our 2 mass debaters will pose questions to each other, and then their closing arguments.
That's right, buddy. You're going down, pal. You're going down.
We shall see.
All right, we're gonna roll to go first, and our mass debater with the highest roll will get to pick between either choosing time or stance.
Nice.
So if you choose the time, you're choosing either whether you want to go first or last. And if you choose stance, you're choosing the stance. So there you go.
Choosing the stance. And
Hey.
reminder, we don't know what the hell we're debating at
nothing
all.
at all.
Let alone we don't know the topic, let alone what stance to take.
Totally blind.
So-
Just walking into a room
Yeah.
and someone's flipping on a light switch and saying go. So
That's true.
That's true. All right. So you want to do the honors first? Here, you do.
Oh, no,
the-
reigning champion.
Okay.
Go for it.
All
there
right.
you go.
Here we go, y'all. 6.
Average.
Mediocre. Yeah.
That is
Ugh.
exactly the same thing I rolled
I know, it's
first
bad
last
luck.
time.
What it is. It's an omen. It's a sign. I
Daddy
can't say
needs
that. I mean,
new
it's,
pair
I'm
of
going to whoop you.
shoes. I got 5.
5.
Ooh.
Ooh. And I beat by 1 again. That's a good omen. See?
That now sets the lowest score thus far rolled as a 5, displacing 6.
Story of my life.
We're pretty heavy rollers over here.
All right, sir. So are you going to choose time or stance, Mr. Winner Chicken Dinner?
I will pick time.
All right. So you going to go first or last?
I'm going to go last.
All right. So that means for you, Kirk, you get to pick between over or under.
Oh.
Over or under?
Over, under.
I bet. Here's what I'm going to tell you is I already know what your topic is.
Do you?
What?
Yeah.
How do you know? What did you cheating, motherfucker?
No, I know what kind of
You know him.
nonsensical thing this is. No, not just him, but I know the question.
He's looked into it. He's a researcher of masturbator. Of course he would know this. He
No,
masturbates
this is
all
a
the
famous
time.
one. This is a famous one. So I'm going to say over.
Going over?
Yeah.
Oh, he's really confident. I don't know. I mean, I'm sure you guys heard it in his voice,
Yeah.
but if you saw his face right now, he's got this real confident nod.
He does. He's
just like-
very pleased with
His
himself
hand
right
is
now.
in the air.
His hands
You know,
are
he's
just
like
kind of,
kinda-
yeah.
He's holding his hand, kind of, just
Mhm.
not like his whole thing, but like
He
resting
looks
his
very
elbow
much
on
like
his thing.
he looks very much
I've
like a
got
Bond
this.
villain that
I've
just
got-
spun
yeah,
his
like
chair
he needs
around.
a pipe, right? He needs to put a pipe in his mouth. Yeah, that's
Yeah, that sounds about right.
that's how confident he is in that over. I should be scared, but I'm not.
Oh, fair enough.
So,
All right.
there.
All right.
So now we come to the actual revealing of the topic itself. One of us, I think, probably feels he's already guessed it. So this week for Mass Debater, we are debating whether the toilet paper should be hung so that it rolls over the roll or under the roll.
Okay, I have a quick question just to decide. Over meaning like you
Think of
pull
it this
from
way:
the
you
top?
pull it
Waterfall.
towards. Another way to look
Okay.
at it is you pull
That's
it
all I
towards
need.
you.
Waterfall, like versus reverse waterfall.
Exactly.
Right.
Towards or away was actually the.
like where I got to reach under the whole thing. Here, don't worry.
Yeah,
we'll
yeah.
get to that.
Yeah. Okay.
All right, so we're going to start off with an opening statement. Craig, having won the role, has elected to go last, so that means Kirk. Your opening statement, sir. Let me get my stopwatch set up here. Where'd my fucking phone go? There we go. All right. So we're
See,
doing
this
90
is bullshit.
seconds.
You should have had this already set up. He's getting more time to figure this stuff out. The idea is that I get to fucking have the time advantage.
If you can stop bitching, we can start.
All right, let's do it.
All right, here we go.
All right, Kirk, 90 seconds starting now.
All right, so here's the way I see it. This one's an easy one. It's all about line of sight. It's all about being able to visually see what is where the start of your perforation is. If it's tucked back behind the roll, I mean, you got to go searching. You got to go feeling. And I don't need, in the heat of the moment, to be reaching for another couple centimeters to a couple inches, whatever it is. I don't need that extra bit. I need the power move. I need to be able to see what I'm doing, what I'm grabbing, and I need to be able to just go for it. And I don't feel like you're going to get that if where the toilet paper is hanging is out of sight and out of reach, where you got to, it's all, I don't have a fucking sixth sense for toilet paper here. I don't want to have to fucking employ like trigonometry to get the goddamn toilet paper off the roll. If it hangs in the front, it just makes fucking sense. You can't argue common sense. Good luck.
Is that you giving up the balance of your time?
No, I'll keep going. Listen, it's also got a pleasing waterfall effect, like I brought up earlier. When you're on the John, you want that sense of serenity, so a waterfall is going to fucking do that for you.
You got 6 seconds.
I love you all. I hope you see it my way.
We'll call that time. All right.
Oh,
So that's Kirk's opening arguments. Masturbator Kraig, are you prepared to...
I'm ready.
Time starts now.
First of all, I don't know if you guys... I know you guys enjoyed hearing his story, but he did this little fondling motion with his hand like he was fondling balls when depicting pulling the paper from thing. I don't know how this guy gets his toilet paper, but really, it's not... You don't have to... It's not tucked behind it. There's this thing called gravity. Gravity takes over, and all you got to do is like unroll it a little, and it just falls down like a waterfall, but behind something like a mysterious waterfall. Not only that, though, it's like here's the thing that's brilliant about doing the under. You go over, you got to do two hands. You really do. It's really hard to not do two hands. You got to put one hand on top and brace, and then you got to tear with the other hand. And that's how you separate, you get your sheets of paper. But when you're under, folks, you can do it one-handed. Try this. I'm telling you, at home, try this. You can pull it one-handed, and because you have the leverage of the roll above you instead of, you being on top of the roll. You want to be below the roll. That way you can get that leverage. It's a wonderful fucking thing. And it's very important, especially in today's world when we all sit on the can with our fucking cell phones. Everyone is looking at their cell phones while they're
5
on the
seconds.
shitter. What are you going to do with that? You know what I mean? What are you going to do with that cell phone? You can't do
Time.
nothing with it.
Saucy.
Very saucy. All right, so that was our first round.
I just cracked my knuckles in the mic because I was that confident after that shit. Suck it.
So that's our
That was his ankle breaking, trying to run away.
That was a good one. I'll give you that.
All right, so that was round one. Now we're going to move on to round two, which is our question segment. Each of our mass debaters will be given 2.5 minutes to ask pointed questions to their opposing mass debater. And then our opposing mass debater will give concise answers of no more than 3 or 4 sentences to those questions. Kraig, since you went last in the opening, you're going to be the first one to get questions. So, Kirk, I'm going to start your 2.5 minutes.
Bring him, big boy. What you got?
And begin, sir.
All right. Let me ask you, Kraig. How much can you lift, bud? And I'm just wondering about your upper body strength.
250 easy.
I just want everybody to picture this guy. He's just trying to, use the bathroom like a normal person. And he goes to rip off the toilet paper. And he has to use 2 hands. This guy's like Trump drinking a fucking glass of water. I just want you to picture it. He's steadying the roll. I can't get it without steadying the roll.
All right.
So
So is there more questions coming? This is questions, not expository.
My question is, how do you live with yourself?
I live with myself with pristine rhythm, beauty, and precise ability to tear the toilet paper.
That's 4 sentences.
As long as you got 2 hands, I guess.
That was one sentence. That was a run-on.
Now, let me ask you. Would you feel as confident as, say, you were holding a bowl of chips in the other hand? Do you still think you could get that toilet paper off there by yourself, bud?
Yeah, I think I could.
All right.
I could.
Where we at?
You got 60 seconds.
60? Jesus Christ, okay. Well, let me ask you. What if nobody else is home to come in and help you get the toilet paper? What's your next plan?
I can do it plenty by myself. It's no problem. I can load it up by myself. I ain't got one thing, or it's like just slides in one-handed.
Well, then I guess my only other question is, why would you go against common sense? And since you're a big boy and doing it yourself, it sounds like, why would you put the roll on backwards? Why would you go against the grain of nature?
It's not backwards.
Is that your last question?
Sure, yeah, I'll yield my time.
All right. Reset this. All right, Kraig. That was pretty interesting line of questioning. I'll give you that.
Yeah, that one threw me off. I don't even know what the fuck I'm gonna ask him. Okay, all right.
Well, you better figure it out because your time starts now.
Oh shit. Oh, okay, so it takes you one. You can do it one-handed, on top. How do you do that? How do you brace it? How does it not unravel? How do you unravel it and tear it?
It's pure concentration.
How do you can't
I don't let
that.
my mind wander.
You got to do it with 2 hands, man.
No.
There's no other way to do it that way. Not only that, here's the other thing too. Like, do you are you somebody who like follows the rules? You have to always follow the rules, Kirk. Are you one of those kind of people?
I would say I'm a Virgo, and I do color inside the lines. Kraig, I do.
So would you consider yourself perhaps a sheeple, Kirk? A sheeple to the ways of toilet paper?
No.
Of the big toilet paper?
I wouldn't say I'm a sheeple. I'd say I'm somebody who loves the fact that they perforated the fucking sheets for me to the point where it doesn't take much effort on my part to pull a piece of fucking toilet paper off of a roll.
Oh, I'm not.
I don't
saying
have to use a foot or another hand or my forehead when I go to
Hey,
rip
I
it.
thought we were talking about concise sentences here.
You are getting a little long-winded,
Get
friend.
a little long-winded here,
All right.
and I think you made that rule. So anyway, so you just do what big toilet paper tells you to do. You're not like somebody who, thinks outside the box on occasion and be like, oh, this might be more efficient. You don't believe in efficiency.
60 seconds.
You just believe in whatever they tell you to do.
No, so you're assuming there's a big toilet paper industry that's out to get us.
I think that's what I'm saying. And why are you're not supposed to be asking me questions. I'm asking you questions.
I'm just clarifying your question.
So do you you think you don't think that like going against the grain or doing anything unpopular at times is a good idea, or do you always just kind of go with what everyone says?
Hey, man, I'm a creative, free-form kind of guy. I get it. But when it comes to wiping your ass, do you really need to fucking think outside the box, or do you just need to get it done?
Well, sometimes you need to think outside the box. And you're asking me questions.
The closest I'll get to outside the box is a wet wipe.
That's time.
I think that's bullshit. He was asking more questions during my time than
He was
than
getting
I was.
clarification. He was getting clarifications.
He
over
was
this.
not. That's bullshit.
Okay. So that was our second round. And so now we're going to move on to the final round of this mass debate, gentlemen, where our mass debaters state their closing arguments.
All right.
In holding with the last on time, Kirk, I believe it is you that would goes first with your closing argument. You got 60 seconds, so 1 minute. Be concise. Your time starts right now.
Here's what I'll say. Since time immemorial, wiping your ass has been the same. There hasn't been any revolutionary shit in toilet paper. You know, there's no way to just fucking get out of your own head with this shit. It's a straightforward situation. You want the ease of use of the fucking instrument, which is the toilet paper. You're not getting that with it mysteriously waterfalling behind the fucking roll. You want that shit within your eyesight. It's right there. Make it work. Make it happen. Then get back to your life. Enjoy fucking life. It's short. You don't need this fumbling around, which is what I was doing with my hands, not playing with balls. I was searching, inward and outward, for the toilet paper.
10 seconds.
Do what's right, folks. You get it. Don't let this fucking bamboozler get you. Trump.
Time.
That is below the belt, motherfucker. That is below the belt. That should be a disqualification. I deserve at least a couple
It's
extra
his
points
closing
for that
argument. It's
shit.
his closing argument. He can make the argument he wants to make.
That is some
I'll have
crock
some-
of shit.
I'll have a
figured-
little order.
I figured that might actually not make the cut anyway. Well, why not?
Okay, Jesus.
All right, Craig, center yourself,
Okay,
man.
All right, I need to center myself. Okay.
Reset your clock here. And, sir, you may begin.
Okay, so I'm a little confused why some people seem to believe that reaching underneath the toilet paper versus on top is a huge strain. I don't understand that. I don't understand why there needs to be fumbling around for that. It's a roll of toilet paper. It's right there. I can do it with one hand. I don't need to fumble around. I just get it and reach in there. Yeah. And I just pull that shit right off, wipe my ass, goes in the toilet, we're good. That's really all it takes. And the beauty of having it underneath is you get more leverage. You can do things like pay attention to the Instagram that you're doing on your phone, the Facebook, and all that kind of stuff. You know, that's really the key to making sure that going under is the best and why it is the best. And the other thing, too, is my masturbator friend is a pedophile. Thank you.
Time.
I like that we find that there's one thing that'll not Trump. There's only one thing worse.
Yep.
and I found.
Oh, there you are.
Oh.
All right, and that was another installment of Mass Debaters. And what about you, listeners? What side of this week's masturbation do you fall on? Are you over or under? So check it out, make a comment, and vote in the poll.
All right, guys, another one in the can. I'd just like to say, first and foremost, that I am not a pedophile.
Ooh.
Yeah, despite what this man would have you believe.
I mean, there was some mudslinging going on both sides.
That was some
it's
underhanded
true.
trickery.
I don't want to get especially we're early on in our BPM 20 and beyond career. I don't want to get too crazy. He's not. All right, he's not. I admit it.
QAnon motherfucker here would have you believe that I'm a lizard man eating babies.
I probably would if to win a debate, and I would be correct.
Now, that's the thing about mass debate, man. It's no holds bar.
It is.
It gets dirty. They get down in the trenches.
Seems to bring out the worst in Craig.
Craig specifically.
Why are you guys picking on me? I don't know what you're talking about.
Hey, listen, the proof is in the pudding.
Yes,
it's
sir.
there for the people now.
Well, yeah, true. I guess so. Well, on that note, I hope you guys enjoyed the show. I mean,
I know I did.
yeah, I during your talk about this bird lady getting hit in the face with the bird, I just kept visualizing you getting hit with the bird. It was just like, yes, hit him with the bird.
Just
hit him with the bird.
wet feet right in my eyes, huh? I mean, it's fine as long as I get a drink bought first. I'll take a bird to the face.
Christ.
You heard it here first, folks. He'll take a bird to the face.
For a drink?
If alcohol's provided beforehand, yeah.
beforehand.
Beforehand.
It's a priority.
Gotta numb that throat.
Yes.
Numb it for what's coming next.
Numb it for what's coming. Well, after that gem, let's just say we want to remind you all to make sure you're subscribed and smash the shit out of that subscribe button, and then drop a comment down below or over to the side or up above or whatever platform you are listening and getting this lovely entertainment from. Drop us a line. Let us know what you're thinking. What do you want to see more of? What do you want to hear less of? And we know that's Jed already, but go ahead and tell us. Tell us first.
The problem is we have a contractual agreement that he has to get at least 10% of the time. Isn't that right?
It's more like 15%, but yeah.
Well,
He
we're
said,
in
match and equal my
negotiations.
dick size.
We're in negotiations here, but you know. On that note, yeah, please comment. He's correct. And now to play us out, our brothers from another mother, Red Rhythm with Funky People.
Nice.
If you like it on the real, I can leave you with an extra tip. Baby girl coming next to me, like, Red Rhythm and deal, and we get mass appeal. And if you want it, we got time to chill. So get up and get funked up, cause it's time to party. Make sure you be acting naughty and Red Rhythm deal, we got rhythm for real, we're not kidding. Don't miss this, baby, get tipsy, baby, like this. Let your body groove and move like you were shooting a movie. Cause it's time to party, make sure you be acting naughty. Move your body, would you shake some more? Like,
Cousin Larry Appleton and a fucking pigeon.